Lloyd Spiegel, brilliant. And you toss your curl. I'm sitting, I'm on this man. Said I know what you like out there. I think that you can. A pretty baby. Just hip now. A pretty baby. Just hip. Pretty baby. Just around and spinning along. She said, why don't you just jump on by? Don't know what you like till you give it a try. Stand by the door with a glass in your hand. But I got down to go from hand to hand. This is him, a pretty baby. This is him now, a pretty baby. This is him now, a pretty baby. This is him now, a pretty baby. This is him, a pretty baby. This is him, a pretty baby. This is him, you messed around and fell, you messed around and fell, you messed around and fell. have the electric up in that one if I could. How lovely to see you all. I think I might have been at the very, in fact I'm certain I was at the very first MBAS Christmas party. And I was, I don't know, 10 or something. I was very young. How old is the MBAS now? That would have been that first one. There would have been like 9 of us. And it was, I think it was at Emerald Park Lake, if I'm right, Jeffrey. Is that? My dad hates it when I point him out. Fuck, just hates it.
Where'd he go?
And when John Durr whenever he comes here, John Durr will point him out, rightfully, as one of the long-standing board members and president. He was president and secretary, and I think he did the newsletter and he did the treasury for the MBAS for many years. And now he doesn't get out very much because he lives in Warragul for some unknown reason. And so when he comes out, he always gets a bit embarrassed when someone points him out, so I'm just getting it out of the way now. But back then, I played at the first Christmas party for the Melbourne Blues Appreciation Society, and I was very small. And I played at many of them. I've been to many of them. I've been involved here with the MBAs my entire life. And they used to do this thing. Back then, Dad would, he ran the PA, you see. And he bought a PA and he'd drive my band around because we were all children. And he'd set the PA up and he'd run the desk. And I used to always worry about my sound. And I'd look out in the crowd in the first song and Dad would go like that, and I'd go, all right, then we're all right to go. Dad's a panel beater, doesn't know anything about sound. Hasn't got the slightest fucking idea about sound at all. Just always made me feel better. Anyway, just happened. First song in, I'm 45 years old now, look out and get a bit of... So, isn't that nice? I like it. All right. When you're ready, mate. Can I get rid of that fan there, Rob? I think it's actually causing feedback. You gotta hurry all the way. because you're dreaming, don't mean you get to sleep. Just because there's people here are falling at your feet, don't make you no messiah. Just because you're moving, don't mean like you're awake. Just because I'm feeding you, hearing what you say, don't mean you ain't a liar. Stepped out of the ocean, asked to stay a while, with a calico dress here and a Kansas City smile. But you ain't one to settle down. My bags are in Toronto, my axe is in LA. The devil's in the details, and the angels on the train. You ain't one to carry stuff around. Some days I'm 10 feet tall, losing my grip. I got a pin in my chest, she's got a hand on her hip. And you know the best thing is burning desire is down to the wire, a fight to keep the man on the line. Say don't be a stranger, but I find it kind of strange that I act as if she's watching and still don't want to change. You ain't one that told that Monday never mattered, but Sunday never came. But what you did on Friday night looks Saturday the same. You ain't want to keep good time. I'm 10 feet tall, losing my grip. I got a pin in my chest, she's got her hand on her hip. And you know the best thing is burning desire is down to the wire, the fight to be the man on the pie. I spent most of last year in Canada, back and forth from Canada, and I did 93 gigs in Canada, and from the most western part to the most eastern point of North America in St. John's, Newfoundland, which is exactly how it sounds. Picture what you think Newfoundland is. That's it, and a little bit more 10% Newfoundland. But there's an interesting thing, because it's bigger than here. If there's one place that's dumber to tour in, it's Canada. Because Australia, you kind of go, these long distances are ridiculous. We know nothing. We're 22-hour drives to the next, to the next possible coffee. They don't do coffee well either. No, we are very fortunate here. But there's this thing that Canadians say all the time, and it gives me the shits. And they're beautiful people, I love them. And I get this whenever I travel anywhere, but mostly in Canada, they say this thing. Oh, I love Australia, I'd love to go there, but I'll never go there because of all those things that can kill me. And coming from Canadians, that's pretty rich. Let me tell you the things that I saw. Firstly, I arrived there in Northern Ontario in January. It was minus 45 degrees. And when I left, it was like 40 degrees. So I was there for a long time, on and off. And here's the things that I saw. Mountain lions. Moose, which are 2 grand pianos custom height of your windshield. I saw wolves just walking the streets. Little wolves. That's cool. It's not cool. You go there. I saw bears that just come to the door looking like and steal the cat food, right? And then I swear to God, I was 10 minutes out of Edmonton, Alberta, and we had to stop. The police stopped the freeway because of a herd of bison on the road. That's like having bison on the road at Geelong, right? So, and then they go, oh no, I'd never go to Australia because of those things that might kill you. And I go, listen, so it's true, we have, and I would explain it, we've got 9 of the 10 deadliest snakes and 8 of the 10 deadliest spiders. We don't have number 1 in each category. So there's that. But the thing that really kind of got me, like I try to explain, it's true, those things are very deadly, but all of them, if you open the door and there's one there, you just kill it with your shoe. So it's not that frightening if you have a shoe. But if I open a door and there's a fucking bear there, that's a really big shoe, you know? So anyway, they've got all these things, all these protocols in place for when the bears show up. It's just absolute madness. And minus 45 degrees, I don't know what you think that is, but that's clearly just God's way of telling you not to live there. That's just where you go, well, so that's it. Although Monday I would have suggested the Canadians would say that's God's way of telling us not to live here. Let's Hey, 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 I don't know what to do. I remember even know, Lord. Don't know what to do, my baby leaving town on the 219. Saying that smaller when you're running away. The road living everything I wanted to say. The raindrop or a tear in your eye. Will you ride the rails or put your weight on your back? Say that, hey, 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 I don't know what to do. as many of you will know, Tim and I have been working together for 64 years. And so years ago, we actually met being in the house band for like an open mic.
Blues Jam.
Yeah, at the Esplanade Hotel in St Kilda, the legendary SP in St Kilda. But we weren't in the Gershwin room, or in the front bar, or in the back bar. For those of you who don't know, if you get thrown out of the Gershwin room, they let you in the front bar. If you get thrown out of that bar, they let you in the back bar. And then after you've been thrown out of there, your only option is, it used to be, it's all gentrified now, so it's not there anymore. But you have to go down the back alley, and there'd be a little bar that was kind of under the SP. And it looked like the bar in Star Wars. And the people looked like that too. And it was full of people who'd been in jail that morning. And that's where we played, and with young men, and very young men. I was still a teenager, I think. And we'd go there and we'd kind of just jam with whoever showed up. We had a fabulous time. And Tim was like the cool drummer about. And when it came time for me to kind of, you know, add drums to my solo gig, I was like, oh, I wonder if Tim would play with me on the tour. And so I kind of said, Tim, do you think you'd like to come on the road and play some gigs? What would it take? Like, what would it take? I don't know what it would take, you know. And he said, I want my own room. And the room's got to have a bed in it and a roof. And I went, all right, I could probably swing that. Because he was on tour with an artist who we won't name. It was a pretty popular artist. And his accommodation, I caught him at the right time because he was willing to walk from that one. Because he was given accommodation one night, I swear this is true, because he couldn't make it up, where he was pointed to his accom, and his accom was in someone's backyard on a trampoline with a blanket and a dog. True. And I went, well, now, and all of a sudden I felt like, all right, well, maybe this is achievable. I can do better than a trampoline. So we've been traveling together for a long time, and we've had fabulous, we did this gig in Newcastle. It was one of the very last venues where you'd stay at the pub upstairs. You know, we used to play lots of venues where you play the gig and then go to bed upstairs. It was their tricky way of getting you to drink what you earned. And that was years ago, but we did this one, and everyone leaves the venue, and we go upstairs to bed, and I wake up to Tim knocking on my door going, "Did you hear that?" I went, "Did I hear what?" He said, "Did you hear that?" I said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And he said, "Dude, so I heard something weird." Okay, well, just go back to bed. Okay. I wake up again. "Dude, did you hear that?" So you fast forward 5 minutes, and we're both sitting on Tim's bed in his room, in the dark, waiting for this noise, and then we hear this. "Your family has all been murdered." And both of us leapt about that high off the ground, freaking out. Anyway, so neither of us slept that night, we just panicked. And every now and then we just hear that, "Your family has all been murdered." And various other nasty things. And anyway, so we had a shocking night's sleep. And the next morning, we go downstairs to load our gear out. And we have to load it through the pokey venue. Right? And we're loading it through the pokey venue. And we go past this, like, mafia-themed pokey machine with Scarface. And it goes, "Your family." It's directly... It's fabulous. Anyway, but things change. Things change. We're getting old, and we don't stay out all night. We don't stay upstairs at the pub anymore. And we tend to fly to gigs. We can't drive anyway. Someone stole my car. But you know, we still, you know, things. You know, my partner's on the road with us now. Tim has a 3-year-old, so I assume he met somebody.
No, I just borrowed it.
Just borrowed it. So we give Lisa a break at the show for a couple of songs. Mostly it's part of the contract. If she has to put up with our shit, she gets the break in the show. And then and we have our little moment of musical man cave where we go back into when we thought we might be rock stars one day. You know, when you're ready, mate. Let's get rid of that reverb, Rob. one of these days. Moment's a moment, I'm biding my time, and I load up on my burden till she's breaking my spine. Wants to have mercy, she wants me to bleed. I'm having murder for breakfast, sex for my tea. Biding my time, I'm biding my time. As I'm watching behind, you know the devil gonna get me one of these days. Sometimes I just see how long I can make Tim do that. Spend my years just stuck in cages, planes, motels, and backstages, yeah. Waiting on a moment of life. I love my girl too much to break her. She can't keep waiting and I can't make her, yeah. Bet your bottom dollar you're right and I've been wrong. Bet your bottom dollar she's gone. But I get kind of drunk and lonely. Comes and waves and I'm drowning slowly, yeah. Gotta learn to swim or sing. Right between the devil and the deep blue sea. She hooked a lot of girls that were young and me, oh yeah. I gotta get up out of the drain and get home. You bet your bottom dollar she's gone. Smile strangers, you won't get rich, you might get famous, yeah. You gotta bring the surge to town, but she ain't got a better to breathe no fire. She ain't gonna walk on no tightrope wire, yeah. She gotta keep her feet on the ground when they belong. You bet you about die, she's gone. Is here, ladies and gentlemen. So some of you probably know that a couple of weeks ago my car got nicked, and it's not coming back, and neither is any of my stuff that was in it, my PA and stuff like that. And also in the car was Lisa's trombone, and firstly I want to thank everybody because even though the car is a write-off and all my shit is gone. We got 10,000 shares on the post about it. And it just, even if it did nothing other than remind me that people are inherently good, I really do appreciate that. But there's one, the only thing left in the car was the trombone. Now, which is, I think that's an old joke actually. Then you come in, there's other trombones in it. Those people just chucked more trombones in there. But anyway, I have to tell you this, and I don't. Is it okay if I tell them this? So that was the most important thing in the car. Lisa's had this trombone since she was a child, since she was 15 years old. And she's been touring with it for the better part of 30 years. And it's the only trombone she's ever owned. So it's very, very important to get it back. And if you just hold it up and show everybody, it's done its dash. It's done its yards hard, right? And so I've got to say this is the only thing that made me smile the whole day. I was in a miserable mood, and I was calling around trying to find the thing. And I went down to when the police called me and said they found the car, but it's probably a write-off. And there's some music equipment in it. So I rushed down there, and the fella came and he said, "You must be the guy who's been calling around looking for a trombone." I said, "That's me." He said, "It's in the boot." And I ran to the car and I opened it up and I grabbed the case and I held it close and I was so happy to find it. It was so happy to find it was a few minutes before I realised all my shit was missing. And anyway, and I go to open it and the tow truck driver, he goes, "Listen, I know this thing's obviously really important to you and to your partner, and I just need to warn you before you open it. It looks like they've really done a number on it." I flip it open and I went, Nope, she did that all by herself. So anyway, we're happy to have the trombone back, and Tim was actually quietly aiming for a new trombone for you. He wants you to have fancy new things, but it wouldn't be the same, would it? It wouldn't be the same. Anyway, let's do this thing. What's the time? Has anyone got the time?
No time.
There's always someone who says that, isn't there? 10:39. Oh my goodness. Okay, we better do this then. Train. I look just like a hobo with just enough strength to shift the blame. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, but I think I'm gonna stay. At night, all the cats are great. She's more than a pretty face, but she ain't even that. Sometimes I wonder what she got going on beneath that hat. It's really not my business, so I just turn and walk away. All the cats are great. She don't play no instrument, but she wants to join the band. She drinks a stiletto and just dances around while I play. At night, all the cats are great. while I play.